Have you ever bought a new shirt, only to realize you now need new shoes, a new belt, and a new bag to match? This is the Diderot Effect, and it's quietly draining your bank account. You think you're just making one harmless purchase, but you're actually setting off a domino effect of endless spending. Today, we're going to look at exactly why this happens, how it's secretly keeping you broke, and the simple psychological tricks you can use to stop it immediately. To understand how this trap works, we have to go back to 18th century France. The famous philosopher Denis Diderot lived most of his life in poverty. But when he was 52, he received a massive sum of money. To celebrate, he bought himself a gorgeous, expensive scarlet robe. At first, he was thrilled. But then he noticed a problem. Sitting in his study, wearing this magnificent robe, he realized his old, battered wooden desk looked incredibly cheap. So, he replaced the desk. Then, his old tapestry on the wall looked out of place next to the new desk, so he bought a new one. Next, his chairs, his bookshelf, and even his mirrors had to be upgraded to match the elegance of his new robe. Within months, Diderot was completely broke and buried in debt. He wrote an essay about it, famously saying, "I was absolute master of my old robe. I have become the slave of the new one." This story isn't just a historical curiosity. It is the exact pattern of behavior that dictates how we spend money today. It's called the Diderot Effect. It states that obtaining a new possession often creates a spiral of consumption that leads you to acquire more new things. As a result, we end up buying things we never needed in the first place just to feel cohesive. Think about how this plays out in your own life. You buy a new smartphone. Suddenly, your old phone case doesn't fit, so you buy a new one. Then, you realize your old headphones don't connect properly, so you buy wireless earbuds. Next, you need a high-speed wireless charging pad for your desk. What started as a single upgrade turned into a $500 spending spree. Or consider home decor. You decide to paint one room in your house. Once the walls look fresh and modern, your old couch suddenly looks faded and dirty. You buy a new couch. But now, the coffee table doesn't match the style of the couch. So you buy a new table, then new lamps, then a new rug. Before you know it, a simple paint job has cost you thousands of dollars. This happens because of a psychological concept known as consumption conformity. We naturally want our belongings to match and tell a cohesive story about who we are. When we introduce a single item that is of a higher status or different style than everything else we own, it creates psychological friction. We feel uncomfortable with the mismatch, and the easiest way to resolve that discomfort is to upgrade everything else. So, how do we break this cycle and protect our hard-earned money? The first strategy is to recognize the trigger purchase. Every spending spiral starts with a single domino. Before you buy something new, ask yourself if this purchase will require other purchases to make it work. If you buy those new shoes, do you already own clothes that match them? If you buy that new camera, will you need to buy lenses, bags, and editing software too? By anticipating the full cost of the spiral before you buy the first item, you can decide if it's truly worth it. The second strategy is the one-in, one-out rule. If you buy something new, you must sell, donate, or throw away something old of the exact same category. If you buy a new jacket, you have to get rid of an old one. This creates a natural boundary. It forces you to appreciate what you already have and prevents your collection of things from expanding. The third strategy is to embrace the beauty of mismatch. Society tells us that everything must be perfectly coordinated. The furniture catalogs, the social media influencers, the advertisements, they all sell us a vision of perfect harmony. But mismatch has its own charm. Your old desk doesn't need to match your new computer. Your shoes don't need to perfectly match your belt. When you learn to be comfortable with a little bit of inconsistency, you reclaim your power over your wallet. Finally, try the 30-day rule for any major purchase. When you feel the urge to buy something that might trigger a spiral, write it down on a list and wait 30 days. During this time, the initial excitement will fade. You will look at your life and realize you got along perfectly fine without it. If you still want it after 30 days, buy it. But more often than not, you'll realize you didn't need it at all. Remember, true wealth isn't about having a perfectly matching set of expensive things. True wealth is having freedom, security, and peace of mind. The next time you feel tempted to upgrade your life one matching piece at a time, remember Denis Diderot and his scarlet robe. Step away from the matching set, keep your money in your bank account, and build a future of real financial independence. If you found this advice helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We share practical, honest money tips every single week to help you take control of your finances and build real wealth. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.